Hello everyone, this is Steven from the Even Steven channel, and today we are taking a look at the, what is this, Sig Arms? Sig Arm, what's that? What gun could this be? Well, I mean, if you click on the video, you know what it is, but this is a Sig P230. Let's open it up. So obviously you can see the gun inside. If there were any accessories that did not come with it, there was any kind of cleaning brush or cleaning kit or lock, didn't come with it, unfortunately. It came with a manual. Oh, sorry. And over here, came with a manual, which is in multiple languages. And the funny thing about this manual is it like alternates between languages. Like it'll start in one language, and then on the same page, switch to different languages. So that's interesting. Never seen that before. It also, inside of here, the only other thing really in this box besides the gun and the magazines is a test target. Test target, is it dated? P230. Those are numbers and letters. However, this should be a very accurate gun. I'm not sure what distance we're operating at, but it looks like we got 1, 2, 3 shots very close together. This has the potential to be a very accurate gun. I'm very excited about this gun. A single magazine, well, 2 magazines. I've been told that one of these magazines can cost about $80 because people like the original Sig Sauer magazines, and there were ones later made by Mekar and ProMag, but people really like the Sig ones. It appears this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 round capacity of 380 ACP, which I actually don't have on the table. I don't have any ammo on the table right now. I have a box of 380 ammo, just don't have it with me. I hope I didn't lose it. It's gotta be somewhere. Been waiting for this gun for quite a while. Now, see, it's in this little foam case. Like you know, there's really no good way of getting this out except maybe reaching behind the trigger and kind of pulling it. This is not the safest thing to be doing. Now let's see what would make some good decorations. I think I'm going to take the manual and the target. I think I'm just going to keep it on the side here just to fill the table up with something, make it look nice. Decorations, more or less. And then we have the Sig P230. Take a look at the markings here. Holding in my hand, this seems to be a relatively lightweight gun. This is an aluminum frame gun, so it might be hard to see. This is an aluminum frame with the steel slide. My understanding is that if you have any of the stainless versions of Sig P230 or 232, that is going to be all steel. Steel frame, steel slide. So if you want the lighter version, get the P230. Let's look at the way of markings. We have, let's see, Sig Arms, Inc. Exeter, New Hampshire, 9mm Kurs, which is 380. A bunch of proof marks, serial number. Let's flip it over the other side, see what we got going on here. Sig Sauer, made in West Germany, P230. I think it does for all the markings. So what we have here is a relatively late example of a Walther PPK derived gun. It takes inspiration from the Walther PPK. You have the Walther PPK, guns like the Mauser HSC, guns like the Makarov pistol, but all those guns came in like the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. This gun, the Sig P230, debuted around 1985. And because it says made in West Germany, this example would have been made in between 1985 and approximately 1989, 1990, which means this very well could be as old as me. I was born in 1986. This gun very well could have been made in 1986. And again, it's a very PPK derived gun. It has kind of that Makarov styling to it. If you've ever seen like a Makarov or Walther PPK, it has similar stylings. So let's go through the features, bottom to top. Again, we'll just touch on briefly the magazines. These are single stack, have a little bit of a finger groove on it, holds 7 rounds. This might need a cleaning. I might have to take this apart, which I don't see a good way of doing that. I have to look at taking these apart. Might have to do something weird with this little pin here. We'll see. Moving on, we got the grip. The grip is plastic. I have not shot this gun yet. This is kind of a first look. I'm hoping I hope it's not too uncomfortable shooting this gun. This is a 380 pistol, which is not a particularly powerful cartridge, but it's a smaller gun, and it's a blowback operated gun, meaning that the slide just goes straight back, and you're using the recoil spring and possibly the hammer to kind of contain everything. Well, we'll see. Hopefully this is a comfortable gun to shoot. Maybe a little bit of rust in there. A little bit of rust in that screw. So it's a little slick, but comfortable in the hand. You have a decocker here. This is really the only control in the gun. There is no manual safety. There's no grip safety. Just the decocker, really. And the decocker, the idea of the hammer in the forward position, the decock, the double action trigger pull is kind of a safety mechanism itself. You go from double to single action. Let's see how double action is. A little heavy. Understandably heavy. Let's see, single action is a little heavy still. That single action trigger is a little heavy. Really good slice rations though. They're actually quite deep. Very good, very excellent. So we got the hammer, decocker. The sights are an unusual dot over dot kind of system. It's unusual, but not bad. Looks like the front sight is either pinned or milled into the slide of the gun. The rear sight is a dovetail that can move it a little bit. Let's see. The injection port's a little small, but 380 is a smaller cartridge. Trigger. The trigger actually appears to be a milled part. I would think that'd be cast. That looks like a milled part. Kind of like the nice. I like the lines. Again, this is very Walther PPK-esque. No optic. No accessory rail. It's probably like a 3 or 3.5 inch barrel. Look at that nice stainless steel barrel though. So the one thing that the Sig P230 has over other guns is the takedown. Unlike the Makarov and the Walther PPK, you kind of yank down on the trigger guard. On this one you actually have the lever right here, and this is much improved. So while this gun came much later than the Walther PPK and the Makarov, they took that time to make a gun with a very strong frame. You know, this is a very solid frame. No parts you're yanking down on, and they give it a much easier takedown. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it back, past where you would normally be able to go, lift it off the rails, and go forward. This is just like a Makarov and a PPK, just the takedown. You know, the takedown mechanism, or the wedge to engage and disengage that locking wedge, that mechanism that holds the slide in place. It's just very well thought out on this gun. Very excellent. I like that. Slide. Nothing particularly fancy going on. The gun's a little dirty. So this is a fixed barrel gun. I believe this recoil spring can only go in this way. It doesn't want to go in the other way. It doesn't go in all the way. So I believe this can only go in this way. So it is not reversible. Again, I really like that kind of stainless steel barrel. It's a fixed barrel gun. So that means it should be a very accurate gun. It looks a little dirty on the inside and it needs some cleaning. And it's interesting how the hammer is kind of a purplish hue, which I believe comes from thin bluing on guns and age. It kind of just picks that up over time. And really there isn't a whole lot else going on this gun. Let's see, I think there is a lock open of sorts, possibly right here when the gun is empty and when the magazine is empty and the slide rides over the frame, it will lock the gun open. So let's see if I can I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Okay, this is going together as best I can. It's not sometimes with these guns, it can be a little annoying to line everything up. There we go. Again, going past where you don't be able to do it. Back on the slide rails. Make sure you re-engage that. And so there's no manual slide lock. There's no manual slide release. So if you want to let this slide go, you either got to put in a loaded magazine and pull back on the slide, or take out the magazine and pull on the slide. And yeah, looks pretty cool. A little dinged up on the slide here. I'm trying to see if I can show that properly because the light is glaring on a little. This gun has probably been carried a lot, but not shot too much. That's just my general impressions of it. There are scratches here and there. I got a really good deal on this gun. I'm going to tell you, I got this gun for about $450. So I think I got a good deal. And that's it. Take a look at the Sig P230. It looks like a good gun. Now, one of the things I've known, I did my Walther PPK video a year or two ago, and one of the things that might come up is this is an older gun, and as an older gun, it might have problems with the recoil spring being weak or the magazine springs being weak. And I haven't shot this gun yet, but I'm cautiously optimistic, and if there's any problems, I hope not, but I'm worried that I'm going to have to replace either the magazine springs or the recoil springs or both to make sure it's running properly. That's something I'm expecting to do. I haven't bought those parts yet, but I'm expecting that to happen. And if it does, it's fine. I'm buying a gun that is at least 30 years old, so those are things you kind of have to deal with. Looks nice though, very attractive. Maybe a little thicker than you might expect. Look at that, it's a pretty thick grip. Fills the hand pretty well though. Just enough purchase on it. Those finger grooves, a lot. I've done it many times, but I've kind of forgotten to mention this is a heel release. You have to actually push back on here. There's no release over here. You have to pull back on that. And also when you're inserting magazines, you have to push against that release. Yeah, a little bit. You're gonna have to push against that a little bit. But it looks like a nice gun. It looks like a well-made gun. And maybe we want a little more texturing on the grip today. If I don't like this, I can replace this with wood or rubber. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. Haven't really, shot it. That's kind of the most important thing. It looks cool, but you gotta shoot it sometime, right? And just a first look, first impressions. Now, is this the most practical gun in the world? No, but it's cool, and I got it for a nice price. And I thought I'd play around for a little bit. You know me. If you follow the channel for any amount of time, you know me. You know I like something like this. Anyway, this has been Steven from the Even Steven channel. Please do all like, share, and subscribing. Maybe a few weeks later, I'll have a review of this. I got a little bit of ammo, not a ton, but I'll shoot a little bit, and I'll let you know what I think. Anyway, this is Steven from the Even Steven channel. Please do all the like, share, and subscribing. If you have any questions, I'm not sure if I'll be able to answer them, but if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I will see you next time. Thank you, and goodbye.